Okay, when you're ready, just close your eyes and try and keep these closed throughout. It's also okay if you drift off to sleep. As you lie yourself back, you can settle down and begin to relax and just make yourself nice and comfortable. You can notice the weight of your head resting there on the pillow, and you can be aware of your head relaxing on the pillows, knowing that those pillows will fully support the full weight of your head, so you don't have to hold any stress or tension in your shoulders or neck. You can just let your head rest back, nice and relaxed, and let go. And you can relax your shoulders too, because you know that that couch will fully support you. It can take your full weight, your full height, every muscle, every fibre of your being as you just relax back into that couch, fully supported. Because now is the time for you to do nothing. You don't have to be anywhere, and you don't have to do anything. You can just lie back and relax, and your mind can drift and dream as you hear all the sounds around you, the sounds outside. None of these things need to distract or disturb you, as they comfortably remind you that the world is safely still turning. And you can allow yourself a moment to just rest back, relax, and let go. You can let go of any tension in your stomach or across your shoulders. Ease off those muscles in your back and down your spine, and along the muscles in your legs, down through your ankles and all the way to your feet, your toes, even your arms, and every finger, loosening and relaxing, perfectly at ease, drifting and dreaming with your thoughts as you pay attention to your breathing, that gentle rise and fall that happens all by itself. And with every breath you take, and with every word I speak, you can just let go. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to imagine certain things, but it doesn't matter if you find you can't imagine all the things I'm asking you to do. You might even find your mind wandering quite a bit, so that my voice just fades into the background. But that doesn't matter either. The sound of my voice is going to continue to relax you, and it really doesn't matter if you don't hear a word I say, because very soon now, you are going to be more relaxed than you've ever known. Imagine yourself standing at the very top of a green hill on a tropical island. You can feel the warmth of the sun on your head and shoulders, and you can see the long grasses around you, moving slightly in the gentlest of breezes. When you look down the hill, you can see a narrow winding path that disappears into a small forest. And beyond the forest, you can see the ocean, with sunlight from the clearest of blue skies, glancing off the top of the waves in the bay, so that the whole ocean seems to shimmer and sparkle. You begin to move lazily and easily down the path, with the ferns and grasses brushing gently against your legs as you pass. And you just catch the faint smell of saltborn in on the breeze. And you become aware of the distant sound of the ocean on the shore. Maybe hear seabirds calling faintly from a long way off. You marvel at the deep sense of calmness and tranquility that sweeps over you as you move on down and down towards the forest, moving so easily, so effortlessly, you feel almost as though you're floating on air. And in no time at all, you will find yourself drifting through the trees, their leaves closing overhead to form a canopy, their branches making an irregular pattern against the clear blue of the sky. It's pleasantly cool in the forest, with the gentle sound of birds singing, echoing faintly, and the scent of the trees and undergrowth relaxes you still further, as you move easily into the inviting depths, becoming lazier and lazier with each step you take. You can hear a stream somewhere, its gurgling sound gradually mingling with the sound of the ocean. And as you follow the winding path down and down, towards the beach that you know is in front of you, weaving through the trees, brushing aside the occasional piece of foliage, until quite suddenly you feel the warmth of the sun on your head and shoulders again, and you find yourself on a beautiful deserted beach. A beautiful golden shoreline sweeping away in a gentle curve in front of you to a distant point where the trees seem to come right down to the shoreline, so that their branches actually seem to overhang the ocean itself. You can feel the sand warmth between your toes as you stroll lazily across the broad beach to the water's edge. The sand becomes a dark and golden colour when you get there, and you enjoy the change to a moist, firm coolness beneath your feet as you wander along the shore, leaving a lazy trail of footprints in the sand behind you. Every so often, a larger than usual wave sends water foaming around your feet. And as they recede, you notice how the sand is washed away from tiny coloured pebbles, glinting like jewels in the sun. The smell of the ocean, the sunlight on the waves, the sound of the water hissing over the sand. All these things seem to create a sense of timelessness for some unknown reason, and you find yourself in a comfortable position, a grassy hollow maybe, to just sit out and gaze out across the rolling depths to the horizon, trickling warm golden sand through your fingers. There's a faint haze, which makes it difficult for you to see exactly where the sky stops and the ocean starts. And as you try to figure it out, you see a small white cloud appear from somewhere near the horizon. It comes towards the island quite quickly, growing larger as it approaches, until it's immediately overhead, the largest, fluffiest, whitest cloud you can ever remember. And you somehow know, just by instinct, that you can let all of your worries, all of your cares, all of your fears just drift up towards this large white cloud. You can actually see them drifting away from you in a long, slow spiral, maybe like smoke from a bonfire, just spiraling away from you towards this large white cloud. The cloud absorbs all of your worries into itself, swallowing all up your fears and anxieties and becoming steadily darker all the time, until, just as it reaches its darkest, just as the last part of that spiral of your worries and cares disappears inside it, the sun bursts through, dispelling every one of your worries, every one of your fears and anxieties to the edges of the universe, leaving you totally relaxed and perfectly at ease with yourself, without a single care in the world. And now, all of your troubles and cares having floated away from you, you settle yourself down into a comfortable position and just drift off into a deep and relaxing sleep. And while you sleep, you have a dream. You dream you're walking down a long corridor, stretching away in front of you in a long, gentle curve, so long that you actually can't see the end of it. But you know that this corridor is in the very depths of your subconscious mind, in the part of your mind that knows just what to do and just how to do it. And as you begin to move along this beautiful corridor, becoming even more relaxed, even more lazy, you realise that time and space are beginning to lose their meaning. And slowly, the walls of the corridor seem to dissolve, leaving you in a large room. The room is full of a gentle golden light that relaxes you still further, and you suddenly realise, with a surge of inspiration and pleasure, that what you once saw as limits are merely stepping stones to greater success. It suddenly dawns on you, with a surge of joy and anticipation, that what once seemed to you to be the limits of your personality, of your skills and abilities, are nothing more than stepping stones to even greater success. One wall of this room is like a huge television screen, with words and images flashing across it too fast for you to see, and you realise that this is information being transmitted to different parts of your mind and body. And you use your mind to will it to stop, and as you do so, the screen clears and the word "ready" appears in large flashing letters. And now your mind is prepared and receptive to everything I'm going to say to you. And everything I say will be accepted and acted upon by your subconscious. It will have steadily an increasing effect upon the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you behave over the next coming days and weeks and months. And you know, one of the most important things in life is confidence. We all need a little confidence from time to time to help us deal with whatever life has in store for us. In fact, some of us may even need a bit more confidence than others, and that's because we've forgotten just how confident we can naturally be. And you know, that confidence was always really there in the first place. We just forgot to look in the right place for it. We were looking outside instead of inside. That's right. Because confidence is the key to success in our lives. Confidence in our ability to do those things we want to do, those things we need to do, to enable us to achieve any goal or target we set. And you know where that confidence comes from? That's right, it comes from within. There's nothing magical about it, although there are times when that's exactly how it seems to work. And we can access this almost magical feeling of confidence whenever we want, simply by using the power of our mind in a positive and meaningful way. And it's what we tell ourselves that really affects us in our daily lives. What we tell ourselves really does determine how we feel. So, if we tell ourselves that we feel anxious, worried, fed up, and that's exactly how we're going to feel. Whereas if we tell ourselves that we're going to feel calm, relaxed, and in control of ourselves and our lives, then guess what? That's how we're going to feel. And it's true, isn't it? What we think and say to ourselves affects the way we feel physically. Those unwanted negative thoughts and feelings generate unwanted emotional and physical responses in our bodies. So what we tell ourselves really does have a tremendous impact on our lives and determines not only how we feel, but ultimately what we can or can't do. So why not begin by using the power of your mind to tell yourself you can start again from this very moment, living your life each day in a full and meaningful way, enjoying each and every moment, appreciating the wonder of being alive and well, here and now, realising that there's no need to worry either about anything that has happened in the past, or maybe more importantly, what might happen in the future, because we both know it might never happen. The past and the future are only products of our thoughts, interpreted by what we tell ourselves, moment by moment, and as our lives consist of all these moments, then life can pass us by very easily. So, if we spend time using our thoughts to worry about the past or the future, then we become trapped in that cycle of negative thinking. It's so much easier to become involved in the moment, completely involved in the moment, completely involved in everything that's happening around you. And when you do, you'll find it so much easier to remain calm, comfortable, and so relaxed, at peace with yourself and everything around you. So why not tell yourself that each and every day is an opportunity to feel relaxed, confident, and so much more in control of your thoughts and feelings. And this will happen easily and naturally because you choose to feel those things by using the power of your mind, and you'll begin to notice and enjoy the positive changes in your life as you enjoy every day, feeling more alive, more motivated, more confident, and noticing just how good you feel in your body, more energized, more healthy, aware of how easily you now function, both in body and mind. As you now tell yourself that each and every day, how relaxed and comfortable you feel, growing in confidence, more and more, your mind feeling clearer than ever, becoming more focused, seeing any problems for what they are, putting them in perspective, and dealing with them so easily, so effectively, and so confidently that it comes as a pleasant surprise, and you begin to wonder why that ever caused you any problems in the first place. And then you realise that it really doesn't matter, because those things that used to bother you before are in the past, and they just don't seem to bother you anymore, because you know you can just leave them behind in the past, where they'll never bother or trouble you again, because you've learnt the key to success in life, and that's confidence. Confidence in your ability to deal with whatever life has in store. And day by day, sure in the knowledge that your confidence is building slowly but surely. And with every breath you breathe and every word I speak, until you rapidly become that confident, self-assured individual that you always wanted to be, that you are now and will continue to be, today, tomorrow, and every day for the rest of your life. Starting now, more and more, you will realise that happiness and unhappiness are due to your own thoughts, the way you think about situations. You'll be able to shift your thoughts, the way you think about situations. You'll be able to shift your thoughts to the positive aspects and look at the positive aspects of living, enjoy every day. You'll become more and more aware that if life situations are not the way you always want them, you'll work to change them without frustration, without anger, without being bothered. You'll work to change these things that are not the way you want them, but you will do it with a calm, peaceful mind, being at ease and at peace with the universe. You'll become more and more aware that everyone has problems in living, but you'll also be aware that as you become more mature, that you can face problems with a calm mind, with strength and determination to work to improve them. When you cannot change things, you will accept them calmly. You'll be aware that anger and frustration do not help. You'll realise that life is too precious and too wonderful to waste it in being bothered over little things, little annoyances. Starting today, you will work to change anything that is changeable. You can change with peace of mind, without being bothered, without frustration, without anger. You'll be less and less worried about the future, problems of the future, dangers of the future, which will never occur anyway. Most of the things you worry about won't happen anyway. You'll let the worries go. You'll enjoy the day. You'll let yourself go. You'll enjoy yourself as worries drop out of your life. I want to remind you, your life can be fun. Every phase of your life can be a joy. And of course, it all now depends on you, because you, and only you, can allow thoughts to live in your mind. And how you think determines how you feel. And how you feel influences the world around you. And you can learn to choose your thoughts with awareness of their power. You can see beneficial thoughts in your mind, and day by day, you'll find more and more how important it is to choose your every thought with care. Because the thoughts you seed in your mind, the concepts and beliefs you accept with feeling, inevitably become your own living reality. How you choose to think today influences all of your tomorrows, and your life is too valuable, too miraculous, to be left to chance. For this planet is a game player's planet, and the big game in life is kind of a treasure hunt, with the real you is the hidden treasure. And the real you is a treasure worth finding. For you, there's no greater treasure on earth, and it's an easy game, because life is meant to be easy. In fact, you can find your way to the treasure house within whilst you relax. You may of course wonder how the subconscious control mind can so easily arrange for you to achieve whatever objectives you have in mind. Once you detach your thoughts from problems and make a firm decision about the direction in which you want to go, this is understandable because each and every one of us has a vast sphere of reality, a force field of creative mind power that we've been conditioned by fear and ignorance to fail to explore. A veritable treasure house of health, intelligence, and life understanding. The way this life-sustaining mind works is governed by strict universal laws, for whenever you allow your conscious mind to become focused on your problems, you drag your problems into the future with you, and they automatically attract still more of the same. Your own negative thought patterns provide the psychic energies that feed your problems and keep them alive. So just relax and switch the polarity around and focus your thought energy on how you want things to be, rather than how you don't want them to be, and withdraw all your thought energy from the problems. so that you attract the solutions. You attract good fortune like a magnet. The control mind now knows what you want, and what you want, or something even more useful, presents itself, as though what you've always been seeking has somehow always been seeking you. Seeking to find creative expression in your everyday living reality, in the incredible factors that it has. And this is the fresh pattern your subconscious control mind will now carry forward from your childhood to your adult life. Free from the problems and self-limiting influences that only arose through misunderstandings and false beliefs. You're entering a new world of experience, a new quality of life, a more elevated mental and emotional vantage point from which the best options and opportunities in life are always available, will always be seen. Now, while you are pondering on these thoughts, I want to tell you a story. While you're resting in this very pleasant way, I want you to imagine something. I want you to imagine that you're looking at a steel ball, resting at the top of a gentle slope. Just imagine that now. You're looking at a steel ball, resting at the top of a gentle slope. And as you look at it, so that ball begins to roll slowly down that slope, it moves slowly and follows a very straight course as it moves. But now I want you to imagine that a little way ahead of the steel ball, and off to one side of the track, you see a strong magnet. And as the ball is rolling towards the magnet, so it enters into the magnetic field, and the magnet pulls on the steel ball, not enough to make it stick to it, but enough to make it change its course. The steel ball is now rolling in a completely different direction from its original path. Now there's a reason for imagining this, because your pathway through life is like the path taken by that steel ball. In the beginning, your pathway through life was set. You were following a course that was right for you. It was comfortable. It was right for you. It felt right. But you soon found that you were being influenced by other people, acting like magnets, trying to pull you off course, trying to make you change direction. In short, they made you feel that your way was wrong. They wanted you to conform to their ways and follow their course of action. By trying to please them, you change your course and have been following a way that is not what you originally set for yourself. The result has been that you've felt uncomfortable. It's not felt right, and you have consequently felt that you have lost your individuality through trying to please other people. And this has been the problem. So let's see what can be done about it. Let's return to our picture of the steel ball and make a few changes. Once again, imagine that steel ball at the top of the slope, but this time as you look at it, see it grow to double its size, weighing twice as much. Now see it rolling and see what happens. It approaches the magnet, and the magnet tries to pull on it, but this time the ball is too heavy and too big, and it does not deviate from its course. It keeps on rolling in the same direction. The influence of the magnet has not been strong enough to affect the ball. It just rolls straight past. These simple changes were enough to overcome the problem. For you to overcome the problem, it is not necessary to grow in size, but you can grow in strength and in power, and you can do this easily. As you rest there now, I want you to realise something, and realise it well. Understand it, and acknowledge it. It is not your purpose in life to become a carbon copy of somebody else. You are an individual in your own right. You have your own opinions. You have your own personality. These things are right for you. No other person has the right to try to take these things away from you, to make you conform to their ways. You are a person in your own right, a complete person, and they must either accept this fact or go on their own way. Your individuality is precious. It must be protected. And you can protect this with your own strength. Your strength has been weakened by the influence of other people, but that strength is still there. It is within you now. So now is the time for you to rediscover it and let it grow. So as you rest there now, just imagine yourself as being strong enough to withstand the influences of other people, strong enough to stand on your own 2 feet. Imagine you are that strong now, and as you imagine it, feel that strength. It's there. You can feel it. Feel the confidence that comes along with it. Feel yourself able to speak out, able to defend your own individuality. Feel these things now, because as you can now feel them, you know they are there. You already have that strength. It's there. You can feel it, so you know it's there. Acknowledge it. Welcome it. It's yours. Now that you've experienced these things, you can recognise them and use them. Now that you know they are there, you can become more aware of them. Because of this, you already feel stronger and more able in yourself. And this feeling is going to remain with you and become stronger as each and every day goes by. No longer are you influenced into a wrong course by other people. No longer do you allow your individuality to be taken away from you. It is precious. It is yours. Once there was a village in a very isolated part of the world, so isolated that they very rarely saw visitors from the outside world, and the people of the village had a secret. They had a magical painting. It had been given to them by a stranger back in the past, in a time before anyone could remember. The stranger had said, as long as his picture stays in the village, everything will go right for the people of the village, and the people felt safe having this picture. One day, another stranger came to the village, and the people made the stranger welcome. They let him stay in the room where the painting was kept, and when they got up in the morning, the stranger had left and the painting had been taken away. The villagers were distraught. They felt their happiness had gone. Life could never again be the way they had pictured it. They looked out of the window, and the blue sky had turned dark. The trees had stopped blooming. The birds no longer sang, and they felt very sad. Then one of the young women of the village walked over to where the painting had been on the wall, and she started to paint her own picture. She started to paint a beautiful painting of trees and birds, and then some others joined her, and soon all the people were cooperating, making this painting. They all got so absorbed in the painting, and it wasn't until the young woman looked out of the window and said, "Look, everything is changing," and they realised that the sky had become blue again, and the birds were singing again, and the trees were back in bloom. Now each and everything you do better than you've ever done before. You approach each new task with complete ease of mind, knowing that you're relaxed and in a perfect frame of mind. Calm, relaxed, and confident. Every day your confidence grows. That means that tomorrow your confidence grows, and the day after it grows, stronger than before. As you practice being more and more confident, so your confidence grows and becomes stronger as more and more your feelings of self-worth become strong and powerful. Each day, with each new situation, whenever you need to, you take control, you calm your mind, disregard your troubles, and you are calm, relaxed, poised, competent, and confident. You are your own person. As you leave here today, you go forth into the world looking forward with a new and determined optimism. For you are now armed with new knowledge and understanding of that person you are, unique and special, your real self. Confident in your abilities to be true to those values that really are important, and to recognise what is false and inappropriate. Now you love and respect yourself for the person that you are, and you'll be happy with all that you do have. Yesterday's gone, and with it has gone all the influences that can make it different. Tomorrow is but a myth that we can colour with imagination, but today, this very moment, all is real, and for this moment we live. Then that too is gone, either seized upon and enjoyed, or wasted. You can choose too which reality is yours, and you will you not?